Alright guys, henreeneo here. Today I've got two smartphones in front of me that I'm going to be reviewing. These phones were released in November of 2020. I have the Mi 10T and the Mi 10T Pro, both 5G smartphones from Xiaomi. And I think these phones are absolutely incredible. For the differences between this phone, I'll just put it out there. The major differences between this phone is that the Mi 10T Pro comes with 108 megapixel main camera, while the Mi 10T comes with 64 megapixel main camera. And the Mi 10T is also limited to 128 gigabytes of internal storage, while the Mi 10T Pro goes as high as 256 gigabytes of internal storage. That's it for the differences between this phone. Aside those differences, these phones are exactly the same. So first things first, I'm going to put up the specifications of these phones on the screen while we take a look at what we have in the box. So the first thing you notice when you open up the box for the Mi 10T or the Mi 10T Pro is you find a compartment, and in that compartment it houses the paperwork, USB-C to 3.5mm headphone dongle, and you also have a TPU case. The next thing you get is the Mi 10T Pro, and we have that USB-C to USB-A charging and data transfer cable. And then we have a charging brick, and this is a 33-watt charging brick. All right, so build quality wise, damn. I mean, this is just absolutely impressive. You've got a really hefty phone here. It comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is quite impressive, but we'll get back to the battery part of things later. Talking about the build quality here, this is a phone made from Gorilla Glass on the back, and it's got glass on front. I mean, and it's sturdy and it feels really hefty. The overall design, I mean, you just got to give this thing to Xiaomi. They've really improved their designs over time, and I mean, this just looks very stunning. Now the camera bump is something some of you may not enjoy. It's a bit too high up the back of the phone, but again, you have a case included in the phone, and once you fit in this case, you begin to see that that camera bump is protected by the case. You've got your power button, which also serves as your fingerprint scanner. You've got your volume rockers, and both of them on the right of the phone. On the bottom, you've got those speaker grills. You got your USB-C charging port, and you got your SIM tray that houses a dual nano SIM slot. You've also got at the top an IR blaster and a noise cancelling microphone and a secondary speaker on the top of this phone. Up front, we've got a 6.67-inch IPS LCD display panel, and it refreshes at 144 Hz. Look, let me just put this out there. This is one of the smoothest phones, if not the smoothest phones that I've personally used. I've used 120 Hz display phones out there, but this one is just incredible. And you'd be hard pressed to notice that this phone is even an LCD panel. It looks so much like an OLED panel. I mean, you have to take a really, really deep look to realize that this is an LCD panel. I mean, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. Videos look fantastic on this thing. It's capped at 1080p, but they look fantastic. The colors are vibrant and viewing angles are also good. Average screen on time on this phone is between 5 and 6 hours with moderate to heavy usage. So you should be absolutely fine with charging this device just once in a day and using it all through the day. In terms of gaming and the performance of this phone, the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro and also the Mi 10T come with the Snapdragon 865 processor and with 8 gigs of RAM. And you can do absolutely anything with this. It's fast, it's fluid. I mean, everything just works perfectly. I haven't had any stutter issues. I haven't had any issues where I had to reboot the phone. Everything in here is fluid. Playing AAA games on this device is a breeze. I mean, it handles everything like a champ. Let's talk about the cameras on this thing. Now, on the Mi 10T, you have a 64 megapixel main camera. On the Mi 10T Pro, you have a 108 megapixel camera. So, how did the pictures on this device perform? Look, out of 10, I'd give it a 9.2. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, that big sensor on this thing takes absolutely beautiful pictures. You do not need to put this phone on portrait mode to take pictures with beautiful bokeh background. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing what you can do with this phone when you pull it out of your pocket and take a picture. Pictures come out looking great. The dynamic range is very, very impressive. For the life of me, I can't really find so much to complain about on this device. But again, my cons will come later on at the end of this video, so stay tuned to hear about that. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, it will be awesome if you can hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button. Now, this phone is running on Xiaomi's MIUI 12.0.2. And again, like we all know, Xiaomi software is absolutely beautiful. I mean, they took some cues from Apple. Yes, we all know that, but again, software here is smooth. The animations are beautiful. Software in here is on point. I would score it a 9 out of 10. The haptic engine in this thing is freaking amazing. When you swipe up into your recents menu and you hit the clear all button, I mean, it just vibrates. Like, it's so strong and so impressive. I mean, you don't notice this thing in other phones, but in this phone, it's just there and you can't help but notice it. It gives this very satisfying feel in the hand. One more thing you have here is your IR blaster, so you can control things like your TV, your AC, and any other thing that uses infrared to control itself. Now, for the prices on the Mi 10T and the Mi 10T Pro, the Mi 10T will cost you in the region of 230,000 Naira, while the Mi 10T Pro will cost you in the region of 261,000 Naira. If you're looking to get a really good smartphone, I mean, this phone comes with a Snapdragon 865, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes, or 256 gigabytes if you choose the 10T Pro. You're getting the complete package in this phone. It's hard to pick out any con in this device. While I use it in the next month or 2 months, if I find out anything that I feel okay is a con in that period, I will definitely make sure that I mention it in my full review of this device. Guys, thanks for watching. That was my quick look at the Xiaomi Mi 10T and the Mi 10T Pro. You can get these devices right now here in Nigeria and they are readily available. I'll be comparing this device to the Nokia 8.3 5G that just came out recently, and let me know what you want to see in that video and I'll be happy to put it in. If you're not yet subscribed, again, please hit that subscribe button to be a part of this channel, and also turn on notifications and like this video. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.